spoke with the postmaster.
Okay.
Some of the other employees inside. They requested that you guys leave, okay? They asked me to come out here and tell you. Now, you guys can fill from the sidewalk. I don't have an issue with that. Technically, that's city property, it's public property. You guys can film and do your thing and all that. But as far as being on their property, all right, they've requested you get off.
So I brought up the DHS memo for you.
Okay.
And if you want to cut to the meat of it, if you want to read that last paragraph, it gives us express permission to be here filming the exterior of the building. And that's a Department of Homeland Security memo that was disseminated to everyone.
Okay. Yeah, I spoke with the postmaster as well, and we're just going to figure out what they want to do here, okay? Like I said, I'm not here to jam you guys up.
No, of course. I just want them to follow.
Doing, but I'm just trying to do my job. You know, they called me out here trying to get you guys to go, so.
How's it going, guys? Amagansett Press. We're coming to you today from Flagstaff, Arizona. We are at the United States Post Office here in Flagstaff, and we're just going to pay a little visit on these folks here today and find out whether or not the post office folks here in Flagstaff, Arizona honor and respect our right to take video and photographs in public and from publicly accessible areas of public places. I am out with Watching the Watchmen today, and this post office is at the end of a cul-de-sac that basically has a couple of businesses up at the front by the road, and then the only thing back here is the post office. So I will do my best to give you a look around the neighborhood. And while we're doing that, time and temperature check. Today is Monday. Happy February 1st. It is 1:15 in the afternoon and 46 degrees and overcast in Flagstaff, Arizona. First time we've ever been to Arizona, really, and stayed here. And I had no idea how the climate is or whatever, but I'm just surprised to see snow in Arizona. Not what I was expecting. But I've come to find out that Flagstaff is a lot cooler and has different weather than pretty much the rest of the state. So this should be an interesting one, guys. Stand by. A lot of action here at this post office. Seems like they're very busy. So stay tuned. I was just going to say, we're going to give it a few minutes out here in the front and just get some footage of cars coming in and out and that kind of thing. Maybe we'll get another postal vehicle. And then we'll walk the perimeter of the building, go around the parking lot, check that out, and then see if maybe we'll venture inside. And I am not exercising my 2A right now purposely, so that if we do decide to go inside, I can join Watchmen on this one. Okay, so this one, not only does it say required, it's in red. So these people got the updated signs. Oh wait, actually, look at this. Take a look at this. It says here that this sign is to be put up July 8th of 2020 and taken down October 31st, 2020. Does that mean it's not in effect?
Expired?
I don't know. Well, the sign's expired, yeah. The devil is in the details. You'd figure they would have, you'd have both, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys, so I've been pointing this out a lot lately, but I just want to point out again, numerous customers have walked by, not said a word to us. You know, they give you a nod or whatever it is. One nice lady here asked what we were doing. Happy to tell her. So the customers are not having any issues so far, and nobody's giving us a hard time. Now, when somebody goes in and tells an employee what we're doing, or an employee sees us on their own, they will usually become boisterous and loud and stir something up and create a problem, which then either inspires the customers to try to help them and get their back, or just riles them up and touches off a whole situation that didn't need to be happening. So I hope that's not the case here today. I mean, you can see it's literally got to be at least 20 people that have gone in and out so far. And don't get me wrong, someone will eventually get upset, but it's very easy for a public official or a public employee to ignite the fire. And it's a shame that they do that instead of explaining what our rights are and letting people know there's nothing wrong going on, and instead of fostering fears, quelling fears, and actually doing something to help the public. So just want to point that out. Stand by.
Just kidding. Sorry. Don't move us. Wrong way.
You know what's funny? It works the other way too. Like, you'll see somebody coming from the parking lot about to go in, and they're kind of looking at us, and you think they might say something, and then they'll see another customer come out who doesn't say a word and just walks past us, and they calm right down and just walk right in. So people definitely feed off of other people's behavior. One thing I've absolutely cemented and learned doing this. So be careful what you do out there. People are watching you, and they will tend to follow. So the good side of that is you can be a light and you can be an example. Jerry Garcia, in a song very long ago from the Grateful Dead, has a line that says, "I wish I was a headlight on a northbound train." Be a headlight on a northbound train, guys. Enough people dragging themselves down. I think all of us, whether you're an auditor, whether you're a postal employee, whether you're a police officer, whatever you do in this world, a plumber, painter, video guy, news reporter, press, we got to bring back integrity and doing the right thing. And we all need to strive for that every day. And it's okay to make a mistake. But as John Kennedy once said, an error does not become a mistake until you fail to correct it. So all you have to do is admit you made a mistake, take corrective actions, make it right. No harm, no foul. How's it going?
What are you recording for?
Sorry?
What are you recording for?
Well, that's a long story.
Are you recording us in public coming in?
Well, I can't explain it to you as you're walking by.
Are you asking permission to be recording public?
Am I asking whose permission?
Mine, specifically.
I did not ask your permission, no.
Well, then don't film, please.
Okay. Duly noted.
Don't film, please.
Yeah, duly noted. So that might be Mr. Touch-Off. What happened?
No, I was saying very predictable. Now.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, trying to be loud. Exactly, yelling out the door, and then there you go. That's what happens. And what this guy doesn't realize is nobody was even filming him. The worst thing would have happened, he would have been on camera walking past for 3 seconds. But he decides to feature himself, highlight himself in the story here. And then not only that, he's not going to go inside and say there's people standing outside quietly filming. He's going to go inside saying there's people outside harassing customers coming in, filming and acting belligerent. And then that's how that goes. So then that's what the employee understands. And then the employee adds their little bit of spice, drama, and sensationalism to it. And by the time somebody calls law enforcement, you have a mayhem story going on here when none of that ever even happened. It's fascinating. This is real life, guys. This is how it goes. Something tells me it's about to get interesting. Stay tuned.
What you guys filming for?
Oh, we're just working on a little story on the post office.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
Hey, no, yeah, you know, I'm happy to answer your question. No problem. How are you today?
Good.
Good.
Well, just how the post office works in the COVID time?
Well, yeah, basically just documenting what's going on in today's climate.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's interesting times we're living in.
Oh, very strange times, yeah.
Yeah.
Very strange times.
What's that? Ask us what we're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, you can, we're very approachable. Yeah, no worries.
So you're just documenting.
Yeah, I was just telling this gentleman, we're just documenting the times. You know, I think it's very interesting what's going on in the world these days.
I agree.
Yeah, and we try to be very objective. We don't speak to anyone unless somebody asks us a question. Not looking to do interviews or anything, and just stand here and objectively record what's happening in the world.
I love it.
You know, yeah.
Have a good one.
Thank you. We appreciate you. I can see your beautiful smile under that mask too. Keep smiling.
Oh, thank you.
Don't let all this nonsense get to you. The world's a beautiful place. This country's a beautiful place, and there's a lot of wonderful people here.
I absolutely agree with you. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Thank you. Seriously.
To come here today.
I mean, absolutely. Yeah. No, you know what? I feel like that's the way things go. Yeah. And you know what? And it's a shame because you guys are obviously not as old as I am, but
Want to make a bet? I'm
Yeah.
probably older than all of you.
I'm just being, you know,
You're being
I'm being myself. But so basically what I was going to say was we remember a time where somebody would be out filming in the street with a camera and everybody would jump in front of it and say, "Hi, Mom." And it was all laughs and giggles and fun. And where this inherent fear and paranoia has come from, we can all debate where it's come from, but I'll just tell you, it doesn't sit very well with me, and I don't want to live that way.
Me neither.
And this is my son. I have to leave this world for him one day, and I don't want to leave it that way.
Well, I don't either, you know.
So,
Yeah, I agree completely. I
Yeah.
think you do too. I
Yeah.
We
agree.
need more cooperation.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
we need to unify.
Well, absolutely. And you know what?
Putting
Beyond
labels on us.
not just unify in one direction, I think what's very important that's a lost art these days is middle ground. I think it's,
Same compromise.
you don't have to approve of what I'm doing, and I don't have to approve of what you're doing, but if we respect each other's right to do it, then it's a wonderful thing, right?
Amen.
Amen.
Oh my
That's
God,
it.
You're great.
Here, I'll give you an elbow bump. All right, sweetheart. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We got a couple of complaints. I was just checking to see what's going on
You got a couple of complaints about?
people out here filming customers.
Well,
That's what we were just talking about.
that's one of
Yeah.
the things, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm a nurse, and, you know, in certain places...
Do you mind taking that off so I can hear you, and we'll stay 6 feet apart?
No, I'm just saying, I'm a nurse,
Do
and
you
some
guys have
people
business here?
nowadays are more upset over filming without knowing what's going on. Like in the hospital, you got to get permission if you know, I'm a neonatal nurse. I'm
Okay.
working on babies, and the family wants to film. You got to give them permission for you to be in the film.
While you're working on their child.
Yeah.
That's probably a liability
But
issue.
that's a liability.
Right.
issue. That's something.
And that's at a private place and a very, very private situation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know, this is, we're out in the, we specifically never go to restricted areas. We don't go anywhere we're not allowed to go. This is public property.
Sure.
So we keep it to that. Yeah.
I don't fault you guys. You know.
Yeah. No, but you know what? And I'm glad you stopped to ask, because if you didn't, you might have left and had concerns and worry. And now that you've stopped and asked us, I think you have a little better understanding of what we're doing. And
Well, sure.
yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
communication.
Communication died over 20 years ago.
Well, not with me. I'm not letting it go on my end.
I'm talking about, actually I should clarify, the people who run this country
Absolutely.
and other world leaders. There's just become too much selfishness in the world.
Yes, sir.
Selfishness and greed. Those are two of the things that are a bit easier to correct. But you know, people don't want to give up their greed. It's very comforting and safe and secure
It is.
for the greedy. Now, the majority of people, I feel, are not that way. And it's I just hope it doesn't get ugly.
I think that people have a tendency to kind of follow the herd. And I think critical thinking is also a thing of the past.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
People do not know how to critical think.
Right. Well, you do.
Well, I thank you. I think I do. I think I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I was taught that in my medical training, as well as just on a personal level on how my experiences and what I feel is important and not important, you know? So
Absolutely.
people have to, you got to go beyond sound bites too.
Oh, absolutely. You have to look at the totality of the situation,
Right.
and of whatever. The other thing that even these postal employees don't get it, they have something that's called Poster 7 hanging up inside the post office, which gives us express permission to do what we're doing right now. That's from the Postmaster General. If you go inside, it's called Poster 7. It's hanging up in every post office across America. And there's a paragraph regarding photography and video on postal property. Gives us permission. We just can't go into restricted areas. As long as we stay in public areas, we can do what we're doing, and that's fine. Beyond that, there's a DHS memo from 2018, Department of Homeland Security, which gives us express permission to do what we're doing. But the folks generally that are the employees that are in charge don't want to hear about that, don't want to know about that, aren't interested in the law and the facts. It's just all an emotional feelings reaction. And I choose not to live my life that way. I don't know, that sounds scary to me.
Well,
Rational thought.
you got to be more rational and willing to cooperate. And like you said, you know, the one of the key words, 2 words, was middle ground.
Middle ground, yeah.
Now, I don't have any political strong affiliation.
Yeah, I don't get into politics either. Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely right. Well, it was wonderful speaking with you.
Yeah,
Hope you have a wonderful day.
and so far.
All righty. Keep smiling. Appreciate you. That woman with the American flag face covering on was wonderful. This gentleman we just spoke to couldn't have been any more cordial, and very interesting conversation. I appreciate him for that. But you know, that's what we need to get back to, guys. That's where I'm trying to go. That's the point of what we're doing. You know, hopefully I just sparked a little thinking in those 2 people's minds, and maybe that'll spread, you know. Drop a stone and watch the ripple go. And we try to drop positive stones continuously and hope for the ripples, most of which we will never see and never know about. But, you know, I hope we're doing some good here. And I hope more and more people start realizing that. And again, I'm going to put a call out to all the auditors out there across the country. You know, step it up, do the accountable version for yourselves, stay responsible, stay respectful, stay productive, be fruitful in your actions. There's no point in antagonizing anybody. There's no point in creating any fear or worry or nervousness. There's enough of that in the world. Nobody needs any of that. You know, some people, no matter what you do, are going to choose to just get upset and blow up and have a fit. And that's, you know, there's nothing you can do about that. But don't create those situations just for some views on the tube here, you know. Do the good work and you'll get the views. My father always used to say to me, and today must be quote day, but my father always used to say to me, if all you focus on is the money, you'll never have any. Do what you do for the right reasons and do it to the best of your abilities, and the money will come all by itself. And I'm not just talking about YouTube, I'm just talking in general. So we have Flagstaff vehicle P2236. How are we doing?
How you guys doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Hey, do you mind if I ask what you guys are doing out here?
Just taking some video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it for a reason?
Can I just ask who I'm speaking to? I can't see
Yeah,
you.
Officer Davids, Flagstaff Police Department.
Okay. Can I get your badge numbers 4?
Yeah, number 4.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Sure thing. So the reason I'm here is they called on you guys and they're wondering what you're doing out here.
Just taking some video.
Okay. I mean, they're feeling a little uncomfortable with you guys just filming out here.
I don't know who called, so I'm not sure who you're referring to. You mean the staff here, or?
Well, I did have a staff member call, but there's also people leaving here who were just kind of feeling uncomfortable with what you guys are doing.
Really? Because I just actually had a couple of wonderful conversations with some folks that were leaving. Asked us what we were doing, and if somebody
Okay. No,
somebody asked me, I'm happy to tell them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not here to like jam you guys up, but they're just.
No, and you're being very professional and cordial. I appreciate that.
You, so.
Cool. Yeah, no, you can definitely let them know that we're not stirring up any trouble here. We're just standing back, taking some objective video, and just documenting what's going on.
Okay.
That's all it is.
All right, guys. Thank
All right,
you.
buddy. Thank you. Appreciate you.
behind anything like that, and you sure as hell don't go behind my counter.
No comment.
Okay, gentlemen, after speaking with the employees inside,
Yes.
requested that-
I'm just gonna come over here so I can hear you.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure.
So after speaking to the employees inside, I spoke with the postmaster.
Okay.
Some of the other employees inside. They requested that you guys leave, okay? They asked me to come out here and tell you. Now, you guys can film from the sidewalk. I don't have an issue with that. Technically, that's city property, it's public property. You guys can film and do your thing and all that. But as far as being on their property, all right, they've requested you get off. Okay?
Can I show you the written regulations that are posted inside the post office in the public lobby that give me express permission to do what I'm doing?
Sure. What are you talking about?
Poster 7. It's the rules and regulations of conduct on postal property. It's posted right inside the lobby. It's in every post office across the country.
Okay, yeah, if you want to show me, sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then also there's a DHS memo from 2010 that was unredacted and republished in 2018, which
Okay.
gives us the right to be on federal property, taking video and photographs of exteriors and interiors of federal buildings as long as I don't go into a restricted area.
Okay.
So there's 2 documents that'll,
Sure.
but I'll show you the one that's on site here. So this is poster 7, rules and regulations governing conduct on postal property. And if you look at the section regarding photography, where is it? Public assembly. Photographs for news, advertising, commercial purposes. Photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or auditoriums when they're being used for a public meeting. So it keeps going up.
Okay.
Unless,
So are you guys here for a public meeting?
no, we're doing this for news purposes. We disseminate this to the public.
Okay.
So it's for news purposes. And we've been through this 100 times. I've actually spoken to the postmaster. So these guys are just misinformed. And that's why, you know what, if I wanted to try to stir something up, we would have
Yeah.
come in. We never even came in the building.
Okay.
And we're not approaching anybody outside. I'm not doing
Right.
interviews with anybody.
Okay.
But if somebody asks me cordially what I'm doing, I'm happy to quell their fears and answer them and just explain to them what it is we're doing. So those are
Sure.
the only conversations we've had. But we're expressly allowed to do what we're doing. I do all the research and make sure I'm not violating the law before I do anything.
Okay.
And then, like I said, there is a DHS memo, which the unredacted version is dated 2018. You can just search it on Google, it comes right up. And that gives us express permission to be on postal property and take video and photographs inside and outside of the building with the exception of restricted areas. Unless somebody from Federal Protection Service or Department of Homeland Security asks us to leave for an incident or emergency reason.
Okay. All right. Would you be willing to talk to the postmaster? Maybe you'll feel more comfortable once
I'd be happy to speak to the postmaster, yeah, sure.
Let me
yeah.
see if they're willing to talk.
And just so you know, between us, we have no nefarious intent, no ill will.
No,
I'm not carrying any weapons or anything on me.
I'm
and-
not saying you are.
Yeah, so we're just-
You guys have been very cool with me, so I'm just trying to de-escalate the situation, so to speak, right? So,
Right, sure.
They're
And beyond these 2 regulations, beyond this and the
So-
DHS memo, it's also a constitutionally protected activity. And you can't
Okay.
convert a constitutionally protected activity into a crime.
Okay.
So in order for me to be trespassed from postal property, I would have to commit a crime because it's public property.
Right.
So-
So I'm just saying, like, they
Oh, no,
requested you to leave, but
Yeah, no, and you've been very cool. I appreciate your
So
professionalism, I really do.
I'll see if the postmaster wants to speak to you. Maybe they'll feel better if you just explain
Okay,
that.
and just let them know, you know what, I don't want to sue the post office, so I don't want my rights to be violated, so just let him know that he should be very sure about what he's doing before he takes any action like that, because that's a serious thing.
I understand.
And that's the whole purpose of why we're out here. So,
Yeah, let me go see if they're willing to speak to you.
okay, and I'll go back outside and wait for you,
Sure thing.
so we don't cause any issues here.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, appreciate you. Okay, so what that means is we have now given this police officer all the information that he needs and the opportunity to defend our rights and stand up for the law and what's right. So it'll be very interesting to see how he handles it and which way it goes. But at least he's willing to hear us out and he's willing to have the conversation, so that's a step in the right direction. I got the DHS memo right here. So I'll read you the pertinent part here. Photographing the exterior of federal facilities. The properties under the protective jurisdiction of FPS, 4 properties under the protective jurisdiction of FPS, There are currently no general security regulations prohibiting exterior photography of any federally owned or leased building, absent a written local rule or regulation established by a court security committee or, in limited cases, a facility security committee. Furthermore, it is important to understand that 41 CFR 102-74-420 does not prohibit photography by individuals of the exterior of federally owned or leased facilities. Rather, this regulation describes when an individual may photograph the interior of federal buildings.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
I had a feeling that might happen.
Officer. Officer,
Yes, sir.
just real quick. So I brought up the DHS memo for you.
Okay.
And if you want to cut to the meat of it, if you want to read that last paragraph, it gives us express permission to be here filming the exterior of the building. And that's a Department of Homeland Security memo that was disseminated to everyone.
Okay. Yeah, I spoke with the postmaster as well, and we're just gonna figure out what they want to do here. Okay. Like I said, I'm not here to jam you guys up.
No, of course.
don't
I just
know
want
what
them
you
to
guys are
follow.
doing, but I'm just trying to do my job. You know, they called me out here trying to get you guys to go. So.
Okay.
All right, so I just spoke to my supervisor.
Okay.
You guys are right. I mean, there's nothing I can really do other than politely ask you to leave, but
Right.
you guys are within your right to be here.
Well, yeah, you know what? And since you've come to that determination and you're not going to force us to leave, I'm assuming.
I'm not, no.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you exactly what we're doing here.
Sure.
Because then our goal here is education and constructive outcome and constructive conversation.
Okay.
We're not looking to cause anybody a hard day. But as you can see, even the postmaster, the employees of the post office aren't aware of what their own regulations and federal law is. So it's very important for us to be out testing the waters, because this is a dangerous situation for somebody.
Sure.
Somebody could wind up getting hemmed up and put in a very bad way.
Sure.
Because even the postmaster himself doesn't know what the law is. So it's just very important that they find that out. So once you go inside, my point being, once you go inside and let them know that we're allowed to be here, there's nothing you can do to make us leave, and that's the end of it. We're just going to stick around for a minute or two, and then I'm going to get out of here. I'm not looking to give anybody a hard time.
I get you.
We're just looking to prove a point.
Right.
The reason we do that is, I don't know, you wear First Amendment audits on YouTube?
Right.
That's what we do.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a First Amendment audit. My name's Jason. This is my son.
Same.
At this point, since you're going to uphold our rights, I'd even be willing to give you our channel names. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. I'm not hiding myself or secreting myself.
I get you.
But it's very important that these people know what the rules, because they're put in charge of running this federal property, which the public pays for.
Right.
So they should be bound by the rules and regulations that are set forth by the governing agencies, not their whims and feelings.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand they might not want me here, but they might not want somebody to walk in with a pink tutu on either, but they can do that.
Right.
You know? So that's all it is. And I just felt like you earned an explanation, so that's why I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Like I said, my supervisor said as long as you guys aren't harassing people, not causing problems, which it doesn't seem like you guys are good to be here. So
Okay.
I'll let them know the same thing.
Okay.
So
And then, like I said, I'm a man of my word. Once you leave, I'll tell you exactly what I'm going to do. Once you leave, because I want them to see you leave and then I didn't get chased away. Otherwise, it kind of eliminates the education value here. So you leave. Me and him are going to go inside. We'll do a quick loop through the lobby, which will take probably about 30 seconds to a minute.
okay.
We're going to leave. We'll come outside, get back in our car, and drive away. You'll probably never see us again.
All right.
That's all it is.
All right.
It's an exercise of rights. That's all it is. We just feel like the Constitution in this country is taking a beating.
Okay.
And whatever microscopic thing we can do to uphold the Constitution, uphold our citizens' rights here, and foster good communication between law enforcement and the citizenry, that's what we're all about. That's all it is.
All right, guys. Well.
All right?
All right. Any questions for me then?
No, I don't know if you're shaking hands.
Cool, yeah, sure.
Yeah, very cool. Well, it's a
Nice to meet
pleasure to meet you, sir.
Jason, right? And Ben?
And not only do I appreciate your professionalism and your courtesy and your thorough way you're doing your job here, we value that. And I'm going to leave you with this. I'm going to ask you a question. You let me know what you think. What do you think a good police officer's worst enemy in this world is?
Honestly, I don't know.
A bad cop.
Gotcha.
So bad cops out there aren't doing us any favors. They're not doing you any favors. And you guys are in a very unique position to police the bad police officers as well. So all we ask of you is to uphold your oath, uphold the law, and if one of your own is doing something wrong, either have a conversation with them, get it to end, or do what you have to do to make it stop.
Gotcha. Well, fair enough, guys.
That's it. All right, buddy.
All right, thank
Well,
you.
we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Are you speaking to the postmaster like in the back, hidden somewhere, or?
I'm not, no.
Okay, so I'll come in with you if that's okay.
I don't believe so. Unless you want us to.
Because again, we don't even make an attempt to go into restricted areas, so I'm not interested in any of that.
Yes, thank you, man. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me.
Thank you.
I'm sorry to bother you again. If I can get her back up there when she gets a chance. If I can get her back up there when she gets a chance, I'm sorry to bother you.
Sure.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
No problem.
Thank you.
Unless there's some way for us
No
to
problem.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'd love to get us back to a very polite, respectful, communicative society here.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's nice when things go this way, and we appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
Means a lot. Means a lot to a lot of people, too. I get a couple of people that watch our videos. So.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a man of my word. I'll give you my channel name before you leave. You might want to take a look at it.
Sure.
Yeah. And please pass our thanks on to your supervisor for doing the right thing.
Will do.
Appreciate him as well.
Thank you, guys.
May I ask what that person's name is?
Sure. It's Corporal Beebe.
Corporal Beebe.
Hey there. Good. So,
I'd rather.
you ready to come back?
It's going to be a quick conversation, and we're not actually going to stick around. We have a very positive resolution here for you.
Okay.
And this officer will explain it to you, but we're not going to stick around and bother anybody. We're here for a very specific purpose, which is a lawful purpose, and I'll let the officer explain it to you.
Right, so like I explained to them already, I spoke to my supervisor. There's not like a lot I can do at a law enforcement, state law enforcement level.
Okay.
So, unless you have anything else for me.
No, thank you very much.
Yeah, so. all
No
right.
problem. Thank you. Have a nice
And
day.
just so you know, ma'am, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cause any alarm or disturbance or anything with
worries.
anybody here. We don't plan to stick around and give anybody a hard time.
Okay.
But there is a DHS memo dated 2018, which gives us express permission to do what we're doing, and also your poster 7 does. So we just want you to know what the rules are.
Sure.
We also want to learn what the rules are. So we're just going to let
I'm aware.
You are aware?
Yes.
Okay, so
Thank
we're
you.
going to let the officer take off. We're going to stick around for a minute or two, and we'll be out of your hair. You'll probably never see us again.
All right.
All right?
Have a good day.
All right, thank you. You do the same. And you're the postmaster here, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
Can I just ask your name so I know who I spoke to?
Yeah, my name is Barbara.
Barbara, thank you so much. My name is Jason.
Okay, thank
Appreciate
you.
you, Barbara. So I'll give you my channel, I'll give you my son's channel, and if you like what we do, I just giving you a bunch of entertainment. If you don't, maybe you'll learn something from it anyway.
Sure.
Yeah. So AMAGANSETT, second word press, Amagansett Press. And then my son's channel is Watching the Watchman. All right.
All right.
Well,
I
thank you,
go,
Officer
bye.
Davids. We appreciate you, and you have a wonderful day. And I'm going to do what I told you I was going to do, and we're out.
Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Have a good day. So we'll just stand here and watch Officer Davids leave, get back on the road. We'll do a quick lap through the lobby, and assuming nothing unexpected happens, we'll be out of here. Interesting how the postmaster said she knew all about it, but she just wanted us gone anyway. So we're lucky we got a police officer here who was willing to uphold our rights and uphold the law, which is the way it should be. And as long as we get out of here in the next few minutes without incident, this is a fantastic audit and a huge win for the Flagstaff Police Department. Post office, not so much, but we'll have to come back and do a revisit down the road and see if they learned anything.
Yeah, I didn't know that was the postmaster. When you were having that conversation with that older guy, she was standing there just watching us.
Well, there goes the officer. She had no ID on her either, so I didn't even know who she was. Okay, so the officer's gone. You heard the whole conversation. We're going to go in and do a lap through the lobby, and then we are out. Say a prayer for us. And don't go away, because strange things always happen in the last minute. So you have your self-service kiosk there. And here you have poster 7. And then this is the post office box area. Well, all right, guys. That actually went fantastic. You never know what's going to happen when law enforcement shows up, but it seems like we may have gotten one of the good guys today, and it seems like his sergeant might be on the same page. I do want you to know that a lot of times law enforcement will give unlawful directives and tell you to do things that they're not authorized to tell you to do, or that you can't do things. Because they just try to bluff you and scare you and get you to leave voluntarily, and try to wrap things up as efficiently and painlessly as possible and conveniently for them. But when you know your rights and you know the law, you can force them to look at that, and then they have to make a decision in their mind whether or not they want to violate the law, knowing that you know what's going on. Postmaster admitted she knew the rules and regulations at the end there. And you make them make that choice, but that didn't have to go that way today with this young officer. So we wish him well. We wish him all the best, and I hope that his attitude, cordial demeanor, calm demeanor, I hope that is indicative of what's going on here in Flagstaff with the police department, because if it is, that's a wonderful thing. But that's it. So I always like to remind you guys, if you like what we do, you enjoy these videos, you want to support what we do, best way for you to do that, hands down, is to like, share, comment, subscribe. All those things help our channels out tremendously, get our videos out to more people so more people can enjoy them, watch them, and hopefully learn a little something. And I also invite you to do the same for Watching the Watchman. His channel's doing fantastic, hit 45,000 subscribers recently. He's going for that 50 mark. Help him get there. I invite you to do that. You'll see maps and information and video footage that I don't have here on my videos on his. So check them out. I'll leave a link in the description. But that's it. So we're going to hop in the truck, head down the road, and see what other good stuff we could find for you. We just got to Arizona yesterday, and we're going to be here for a little while. So we're going to go to several different towns and cities and places, and hopefully bring you a lot of what you want to see. So make sure you subscribe, hit the all button. I invite you to do the same thing for the Watchman here, and that's it. So we're gonna hop in the truck, head down the road, get some lunch, and call it a day here. So coming to you from Flagstaff, Arizona, at the U.S. Post Office, Watching a Watchman, Amagansett Press. We'll catch you on the next one, guys. Out.